The Brothers of Liberty, here to remind you what true freedom is. Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Liberty with the older brother Kelton here. Today we're going to be discussing the Ghislaine Maxwell case. Second week has ended today, so it's been a 10 full days since it started. Um, and today, for anybody who's paying attention, is December 10th. Well, at least when I'm doing this video. The video may be posted up tomorrow, depending on how much editing I have to do. But we're in week number 2. 14 witnesses took the stand this week for a total of 23 witnesses in the course of 2 weeks. Um, Now, outside the courtroom, there's been a little hectic. The Maxwell family asked that she receive food, soap, and sanitizer in the trial. They also asked for her not to be put in a 4-point restraint. They said it causes bruising, broken skin, and other unnecessary trauma, like the trauma she put all those girls through. Ooh, did I say that out loud? They actually sent a letter to the Attorney General Garland about it. Also outside the courtroom, Sarah Ransom, a victim of Epstein's sex trafficking, stated that Maxwell is an aristocratic pimp and the engineer of Epstein's abuse. The only other thing that is not even worth mentioning, but I'll mention it anyway, is that no one wants to buy his ranch, which is listed for $27.5 million in New Mexico. Now, in the actual courtroom this week, files and photos from the hard drive and CDs have been entered as evidence. These photos include Maxwell, nude girls, children, pretty much, and Maxwell and Epstein together. Epstein wired more than $30 million to Maxwell in 8 years, as told through financiers. There was also flight logs as a sealed evidence of names, time and dates, and destinations, and personal logs by the chief pilot. However, the names were blocked out for public viewing, so it can be viewed by the public, but not the names that everybody wants to see. Go figure that one. Photos also showed Epstein and Maxwell at the Queen's Balmoral cabin as guests of Prince Andrew in 1999. Um, Now, in the day number 6 summary, the second accuser, Kate, took the stand. They questioned her scope of testimony as she was the age of consent, even though 16 and 17 is in certain states, not all states. But they're saying because of her age, even though she was under 18, she's an age of consent. So she was not to testify any details about sexual contact. She should confirm that she got gifts after sexual encounters with Epstein, and Maxwell asked her to find cute girls, pretty much same age or younger, with the same type of body. She also described Maxwell as saying that she has friends like Prince Andrew and Donald Trump. And there was a witness that described the financial exhibits of the evidence, and also testified. The FBI agent testified about the evidence found in Epstein's townhome in New York. On day 7 summary, more FBI witnesses testified about the evidence that was found. Then the third accuser, Carolyn, takes a stand and says she was 14 at the time of the encounter. She described massaging Epstein and had sex with him. Stated that Maxwell told her that she was molested at the age of 4 and was raped by her grandfather, and her mother was an alcoholic abuser. So it seems that they're trying to make Maxwell as a victim as well, even though she was doing some of the dirty work of trafficking. And she also stated Maxwell felt her breast and said she had a great body for Epstein and his friends. She also brought Carolyn also admitted that she brought 3 other girls to Epstein as well, where they also had sexual encounters and did things for money, and that she realized she was too old when at the age of 18 for Epstein. Um, that's when Tuesday was when the prosecution said they would arrest their defense this week. And in one interview, one of the Maxwell attorneys said this left the defense scrambling as they're trying to hustle for witnesses, and the prosecution shaved a considerable amount of time off the case. Day 8, Wednesday summary. The judge ruled the last accuser does not constitute illegal sexual activity, as the age of consent in New Mexico is 16. They got a witness to verify a personal notice of Mar-a-Lago employee record. Then Caroline boyfriend took the stand. Now, Caroline and Kate were not using their real names, neither did the boyfriend. He confirmed her story of meeting Epstein and recruiting other girls, and said that her mind was like a child when at that age. Another witness who worked for Epstein took messages for Epstein and said there was messages from Carolyn. Then the chief pilot, David Rogers, testified. Now, this is where the personal logs and manifest came in, because he left a personal log. He confirmed Jane being on several flights. And he didn't mention celebrities, politicians, or royals. However, his testimony did contradict the defense assertion and collaborated Jane's account further. So that actually hurt the defense. Now, day number 9, which was Thursday, it was a little bit of a twist. After one testimony from FedEx confirmed about a package, the court had to adjourn early because of an ill attorney. They never said if the attorney was on the defense or prosecution. Just said he was ill and it wasn't COVID related. And I lead to believe that maybe it was a defense attorney. Maybe he was ill so they could get more time in building up their defense for next week. On day 10, which was today, a witness from the DMV verified the age from sealed evidence, and Annie Farmer, which was the last accuser, took the stand. She went into details how she met Epstein and Maxwell. Maxwell brought her gifts, and Epstein paid for her trip to Asia, mainly to Thailand and Vietnam. She confirmed what she told to the FBI. She also encouraged the FBI to continue the investigation after Epstein's death, as Maxwell was involved too. So she's actually is the one that encouraged the FBI to look further. Now, her former boyfriend testified and confirmed that he was told about Maxwell and Epstein through her when they were younger. And the final witness was Farmer's mother, which also didn't go into too many details, just confirmed that she did go to New Mexico and New York, but the daughter didn't want to talk about it. Now, the prosecution rests its case today. The defense asked for a motion for an acquittal on all counts. Try and say because it's mainly from Jane and it's not really can't do enticement because it's going to New York, stuff like that. The prosecution argued, and the judge denied the motion for the defense for an acquittal. So the defense said that their case will last 4 days. It could probably be wrapped up in 2 to 3 days. They laid out for December 16th and 17th and maybe to the 20th, with closing arguments on the 21st. Prosecution confirmed it has a rebuttal expert, that they're ready to close the day after evidence is finished. So the court will actually be adjourned until Thursday, December 16th. So next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, there will be no court case for the Maxwell trial. And the defense will lay out its case starting Thursday, December 16th. Now, like I said, there'll be links to the information I got, and also one link that will have the actual transcripts of the court with the evidence and everything else. And I've noticed that a lot of resignations happen here in the past 2 weeks. Maybe they thought names were going to be named, and they might have resigned for no reason because it looks like we're not going to get any names. Especially since that flight log was being banned from public viewing. But that's all I have for this week. Obviously, the summary for next week is going to be shorter. And if you have any comments, feel free to put them in here. And if you, like I said, follow, share. We're here on YouTube, Rumble, Parler, Facebook. And if you have any topics you want us to discuss, it may not even be about this trial, but other trials or other things, you can contact us at brothersofliberty76@gmail.com. And once again, I'm the older brother of Liberty, and we're always here to remind you what true freedom is and ought to be.